pretty spectacular.
And then what I'd like to do is bring on board Raj from Hug, who's another startup that's going to talk about how they're taking advantage of Azure with their new wearable device and taking advantage of the great IoT services that Azure has to be able to ingest data and be able to build a truly amazing experience with it. So I'd like to invite Raj on stage to talk about what they've done. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, great.
So we are using this platform to actually release or do a pre-launch of our Hug Smartwatch. So Hug Innovations is all about building a smartwatch. And I want Hug to, Scott to feel the weight of it and tell me how it is.
Nice.
Thank you.
Great. I'll put this on. So tell us about Hug and what you're building.
Sure. So Hug Innovations, the reason first we took the name, such a soft name for the technical product is, we want your hands to feel the best hug. And that's the reason why we have Hug as a smartwatch. And in terms of the launch, everybody has asked us, so I just want to tell about it. We're launching it on Valentine's Day, and the message is, the best hug you can have on Valentine's. So that's the motive of it. And what defines and what differentiates Hug from the rest of the wearables today is, we have taken business use cases, we have tried to solve some problems, or we have taken some opportunities which are today in the industry, and then solve them with this wearable. So the way I define Hug is into three components. First is, it's a smartwatch, and that's what we are selling it. The second is, this smartwatch is powered with a platform, and then this afternoon, I'm doing a keynote explaining the power of these gestures and how an entire platform play happens. And the third thing is, we have an ecosystem of service providers who are actually part of this, and they're helping to augment the entire experience. And the two main differences, what I would differentiate Hug from the rest of the world is gestures. We all agree that, in the next 3-4 years, the entire IoT world is going to explode, and probably every single appliance out there is going to be smart, and it is going to be, powered with some kind of, connectivity to the world. What we are actually giving you is the power of controlling those smart appliances from your watch, and it's a complete touchless interaction. And yesterday, we've actually flown some drones. We have integrated this watch with Oculus virtual reality. We are able to control as simple as a PowerPoint presentation where you really don't need a clicker and everything. A simple hand movement like this can do a next slide, previous slide, and all. And we built it with contextual intelligence where, based on the device you're pairing, the same gesture can do different activities for you. That's the power of the platform. And the second thing is, because you're wearing this so close to you, we wanted to give some safety aspects to it. So I define it as personal safety. And as part of personal safety, the watch has a SOS button. So just click on the button. Then again, using the power of Azure, in 15 seconds, the entire workflow happens where your loved ones would get a SMS with a tiny URL. They click on it, and they'll be able to do live tracking of you on the maps. And we have customized the maps to show even the nearby hospitals and police stations. And we are using MongoDB and real-time Azure Analytics to actually determine if anyone else in the vicinity of 5 miles is wearing this watch, so that they would also get an alert. We're building a Hug community with responsible citizens who can make a difference.
Right.
So that's what is Hug.
So tell us a little bit about how are you taking advantage of Azure as part of your Hug environment?
So to begin with, I can be one of those successful startups who was enrolled into BizSpark. I was actually on AWS, to be very honest, and the entire platform was built in Java. And we were going our way, and then we bumped into Microsoft technical evangelist team, and then we learned about Azure services. And there was a decision on, do I want to switch over or how do I experiment? Because the technical evangelist team really worked with us, again with the vision like how Mr. Nadella told yesterday, that we're all about open system. We're not here to push Microsoft. And they really gave us a hybrid architecture where we can use Azure PaaS services along with the native Java services what we have created. And the BizSpark program really helped me, because for 1 year, I'm getting everything at free. And I could really experiment the entire product space and really take all the different components. We use Stream Analytics, we use Azure Database, we use notification services, we use unsupervised machine learning algorithms. We have redefined the entire nutrition space because you are using this, and we have a lot of analytics that we are capturing. the simple data in whatever you give on the food, we decompose it into 40 different attributes, and we are really able to baseline a pattern of your own lifestyle. We hate to compare you saying that you have to live on a 2,000 calorie or a 3,000 calorie meal. So we use the power of Azure Analytics, and we are creating a pattern of your lifestyle, and then we create a baseline of your own life on how many times you would like to eat, what are your food choices, what are the different types of food you use, what's your daily calorie intake. And then if there's a lifestyle change in you, again, that's a pattern, and we continuously measure those patterns on unsupervised machine learning algorithms. And when there is a difference, that is the only time the watch comes back to you and tells you that, hey, try to make these small changes in life. So suddenly, if somebody wants to lose weight, they're not going to ask you to switch away from your vada pavs and misal pavs to egg whites and brown bread. So it actually tells you what are those 2 or 3 things you have to remove from your diet so that you can get back healthy. So that's a big difference on the nutrition, and I've already told on the safety. So we really use Azure in a big way, and then that's about it.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. This is awesome.